So here's the deal. Every time when Vivo drops a new V series smartphone, people instantly ask me, is it actually worth it or is it just another pretty face? And honestly, that's a fair question because Vivo's V series has always been about looking fancy first and then maybe flexing some performance in camera later. But this time, things are different. This Vivo V60 5G has powered up with a massive 6500 mAh battery, the new Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 chipset, and for the first time ever in this lineup, a 3x ZEISS periscope telephoto lens. Yep, a periscope lens on a mid-range smartphone. That's bold. Now here is the spicy part. The smartphone is dropping in 2025's most cutthroat battlefield, the mid-range segment. We are talking rivals like the Oppo Reno 14 and the Redmi 15 Pro already waiting to snatch your cash. So the real question is, does this Vivo V60 actually stands out or is it just wearing designer clothes to hide its flaws? Well friends, stick around because by the end of this review, I'll tell you whether this Vivo V60 5G is a mid-range masterpiece or just a beautiful compromise. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon because you already know we've got plenty of more spicy reviews cooking up. So the first impressions, well, this Vivo V60 5G looks like it just walked off a runway. Vivo ditched the old rectangular camera island and went with the sleek capsule-shaped module that instantly make it feel more premium, especially with that ZEISS branding flexing on the back. So yeah, it's giving flagship vibes without the flagship price. But let's be honest, it does looks very similar to the Vivo X200 FE, which I've also reviewed recently. But now we've got new colors. For international, we've got mist gray, moonlight blue, ocean blue, spacious gold, and berry purple. And for Pakistan, we've got mist gray and desert gold. What I have right here is the desert gold, which is a dream. I mean, this matte finish on the back is lifesaver. And the frame, well, it's plastic, which to be honest, is the Vivo's way of keeping the price down while still giving you something that looks like a luxury piece. And here's the kicker. The smartphone isn't just pretty, it's tough. You're talking IP68 and 69 water and dust resistant, plus short diamond glass that Vivo claims is 37% more drop resistant. So yeah, it's like that one friend who wears designer clothes but also knows how to throw hands. Now let's talk about the window to your world, the display. And oh boy, the Vivo V60 didn't come to play. You're looking at a massive 6.77-inch quad curved AMOLED Full HD Plus display with a silky smooth 120Hz refresh rate and an HDR10 Plus support. Specs wise, it already sounds good, but here's the real flex: 5000 nits of peak brightness. Yeah, 5000 nits. That's brighter than half the LED lights in my studio. In real life, this screen laughs at sunlight. You could stand in the middle of desert at high noon and this display will still be readable. As for multimedia, colors are punchy, contrast is spot on, so watching Netflix, Prime Video, or even just vibing on TikTok, it's a straight up visual delight. And compared to the older smartphone, it's a massive glow up. Plus, you can pick this display to match your own liking. I mean, it supports full DC IP3 color gamut, and that 120Hz refresh rate is adaptive, which means it will save some battery depending on the content on the display. Now for the sound, the Vivo V60 has dual stereo speakers. Is it the deepest, richest sound in the world? Nah, but for this price point, it's solid, loud, clear, and definitely a level up from its predecessor. Well, here's a test. It sounds pretty good. So yeah, Vivo absolutely nailed the media experience here. Crazy bright display plus stereo speakers equals watching and scrolling heaven. Now let's talk about the performance. So under the hood, the Vivo V50 5G runs on a Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 chipset paired with the LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.2 storage. On paper, that sounds solid, and in day-to-day use, it honestly is. Scrolling through socials, texting, email, multitasking, all butter smooth. Apps open quickly, animations feel snappy, and it gives you that no lag, no stress experience. In benchmarks, it scores around 1.2 million on Antutu, which is respectable for a mid-range smartphone. And it scores 1244 in single-core and 3482 in multi-core on a Geekbench 6. And friends, using this smartphone feels like a real flagship. I mean, I have never noticed any stutters or lag while using it, which is the best part of this smartphone. And to push it to the limits, I even opened almost all the apps on this smartphone at once. And guess what? It didn't even flinch, which is just amazing considering its price and optimization. And I also did some heavy tasks on this smartphone, like editing 4K videos. And to be honest, it ran better than expected. The timeline was smooth and the overall experience was spot on. But here's the catch. Using the LPDDR4X RAM with the UFS 2.2 storage isn't exactly 2025 standard. Yeah, the performance is really impressive, but if they had gone with the LPDDR5 RAM with UFS 3.1 storage, it would have been perfect for the future. But here's the thing. Vivo clearly knows its audience. They didn't build this Vivo V60 to be a gaming beast or a power user workhorse. They have put their money into the display, camera and battery, the thing their target buyers actually care about. So for socials, photography and daily tasks, the Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 gets the job done without complaints, and that's good for 95% of users. But you may say, Hamza, what about the gaming? And friends, honestly, this V60 5G just surprised me. It's running the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 with the Adreno 722 GPU. And this combo actually handles games like PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, Free Fire Max and Asphalt 9 really well. PUBG Mobile runs super smooth frame rates with crispy graphics and amazing visuals. So if you get clapped, trust me, that's your aim, not this smartphone. Call of Duty Mobile runs on max setting without breaking a sweat. And the touch response is so fast it almost feels unfair. Plus the Asphalt 9, man, the cars, the effects, the cinematic drifts, it's like having a mini console in your hand. And for the Free Fire Max, well, it's a dream come true for many gamers. I mean, the smartphone handles this game like a pro. Now, yeah, it does get a little warm after a longer session, but not in a bad way. It's not like, ouch, my fingers are burning. It's more like holding a warm cup of chai. And honestly, kinda cozy if you're gaming in winter. Plus, with the stereo speakers blasting and that 120Hz curved AMOLED display, the whole experience just feels immersive. It's like holding a little arcade. So, while Vivo marketing the smartphone as a photography champ, don't sleep on its gaming skills. The smartphone can actually carry you in ranked lobbies. Just don't expect it to carry you. That's still just on your aim. And for my all gamer bros who thinks the smartphone can hang, well, relax. I'm already cooking up a full dedicated gaming review of this Vivo V60 5G. But I'll push the smartphone harder than your GPU in Cyberpunk. So give me a few days and I'll show you whether this Vivo V60 is a mid-ranger or a hidden boss fight. Spoiler, your current gaming smartphone might feel like a potato after you see this gaming review. Now, this Vivo V60 ships with FunTouch OS 15 running on top of Android 15. And honestly, the experience is a mix of wow and why though? On the bright side, Vivo's finally stepping up its software support game. You're getting 4 years of Android updates and 6 years of security patches. That's actually a huge win for this mid-range smartphone, as it gives you peace of mind that this smartphone won't turn into a digital fossil in 2 years. Plus, the Android 15 comes with some cool AI tricks, circle to search, AI screen translation, and bunch of little quality of life features that makes everyday use smoother. Plus, the customization on this smartphone is really good. I mean, you can customize pretty much everything. The lock screen, the home screen, fonts, etc. Now for the why though part, the bloatware. Yep, it's still here. Vivo just can't resist loading their smartphone with random apps and the infamous V App Store, which will spam you with notification until you go into setting and shut it up. It's like buying a nice view apartment but finding random flyers under your door every morning. Annoying? Yeah. Deal breaker? Not exactly, since you can remove or silence most of it. Now here's where this Vivo V60 goes full beast mode. The battery. You're talking a massive 6500 mAh cell tucked inside the smartphone. That's still somehow thin and light. In real life, this smartphone is a straight up marathon runner. Heavy use easily lasts a full day. Normal use, you're looking at almost 2 days on a single charge. Social media, YouTube, Netflix, even some live gaming, it just keeps going. And when you finally do run it dry, yours 90-watt flash charger comes to the rescue. 0 to 100% in just about 52 minutes. Which is not considering how big this battery is. And the cherry on top, Vivo claims this battery will still hold over 80% of capacity after 5 years and 1600 charging cycles. That's bold if it's true. The smartphone might outlive your next 2 upgrade cycles. Now, this is where this Vivo V60 flexes the hardest. The cameras, and trust me, they are not playing around. This Vivo V60 comes with a ZEISS co-engineered triple setup. A 50 megapixel main sensor with OIS, a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto with 3 times optical zoom, and an 8 megapixel ultrawide. On the front, a crazy 50 megapixel autofocus selfie camera. And if you ask me, that's some serious firepower for a mid-range smartphone. For data shots, the 50 megapixel main sensor is solid with amazing details, natural colors, and no over-sharpening nonsense. The telephoto is surprisingly impressive too, giving you crisp zoom shots at 3x and even up to 10x shots. And as you can see, they look pretty usable. The 100x zoom range though, yeah, pure marketing. You'll end up with photos that look like they were painted in Microsoft Paint. The weak spot though, this 8 megapixel ultrawide camera. It's fine for casual shots, but it struggles with sharpness, noise, and dynamic range. In other words, it's the little sibling that tags along but doesn't really pull its weight. Now, portrait mode is where the smartphone shines the most thanks to ZEISS tuning. You get gorgeous bokeh and clean subject separation, whether you're shooting with the main or the telephoto camera. Add in Vivo's AI modes like the wedding style and the 4-season portraits, and suddenly your Instagram look like a pro photo shoot. But the video is a mixed bag. The main and telephoto camera delivers solid 4K footage, sharp, colorful, and stable. But the ultrawide is kept at 1080p, which is just embarrassing in 2025. And the biggest letdown, the front selfie camera has no electronic stabilization in 4K. That means if you're vlogging or walking around, the footage looks shaky and unpolished. A major miss for a smartphone that's otherwise screaming creator-friendly. Selfies themselves are rare though, sharp, detailed, in the strong dynamic range. But yeah, that missing front EIS is like showing up to a party in a tuxedo and forgetting your shoes. So overall, the Vivo V60 is a portrait and photography beast thanks to the ZEISS and AI magic. But video creators will find themselves wishing Vivo had gone the extra mile. Plus, I'm testing the smartphone's camera to its absolute limits. And trust me, I'm not gonna go easy on it. So stay tuned because in just 3 days, I'll be dropping that full camera review. And believe me, the results are gonna shock you like, why this mid-range smartphone shoots like a professional DSLR kind of shock. Now, when it comes to connectivity, this Vivo V60 5G keeps things solid. You've got the basics 5G, NFC for payments, Bluetooth 5.2, and Wi-Fi 6. So no worries there. But it's not all wins. The big miss here is the lack of eSIM support. In 2025, that's real behind the curve, especially if you travel a lot or juggle multiple SIMs. And while we are at it, the vibration motor is weak too. Everything else feels premium, but the haptic screams budget smartphone. Now, as for security, this Vivo V60 5G gives you 2 options: an in-display fingerprint scanner and a face unlock. The fingerprint reader is optical, not ultrasonic, but it's fast, reliable, and works even if your hands are a little sweaty. Face unlock is also quick, but it's the basic software kind, just not as secure as Apple's Face ID. So yeah, for daily use, the fingerprint scanner is your go-to, with the face unlock is a handy backup. Now let's talk money. The Vivo V60 5G lands at about 37,999 rupees in India and around 149,000 rupees in Pakistan. For global markets, you're looking at roughly $500 to $600, about 300 to 400 pounds in UK, and around 700 to 900 Canadian dollars in Canada, depending on imports and taxes. So yeah, the smartphone clearly sits in the premium mid-range bracket, not dirt cheap, but also charging you flagship level money. So should you buy it? Well friends, that brings me to my final verdict. Alright, so after running through design, display, performance, camera, battery, where do we land? Well, this Vivo V60 5G isn't perfect. It's got its flaws, but the part where it shines, they shine hard. If I had to sum it up in one line, this is the best mid-range smartphone with the flagship energy in its veins. Why it slaps? Well, The 50 megapixel plus 3x size periscope is a game changer for mobile photography. The 6500 mAh battery with 90-watt charging makes the battery anxiety a thing of the past. The design and durability screams flagship, and with 4 years of software updates, this phone is built to last. Minor trades-off are ultra-wide camera could have been stronger, and no eSIM and weak haptics are noticeable, but not deal breaker. So who is the smartphone really for? Well, honestly, anyone who wants the best mid-range smartphone of 2025. This V60 is a rare smartphone that feels premium, performs consistently, takes incredible photos, and lasts forever on a single charge. Well, every smartphone makes compromises, but the Vivo V60 only gives you the small stuff, while absolutely delivering the big things that actually matter. And that's why it's not just good, it's the best mid-range smartphone of 2025 that you can buy right now. If you're looking for the best camera, performance, display, battery, OS, and design in one package, this smartphone checks all the boxes. So yeah friends, I 100% recommend this smartphone to anyone in 2025 at this price point. And hey, if you're in Pakistan, congratulations, you just unlock a secret level. I've teamed up with Sharjah Mobile. Yeah, a shop you can actually trust. And I know that's rare these days. They've got the smartphone and whole lineup of other at prices that will make your jaw drop faster than your KD and ranked PUBG. So use the code Hamza for an exclusive discount. And don't just say I never did anything for you. So yeah friends, that's all for this review. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to never miss a review video like this one. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comments section. I will love to answer them. So my name is Hamza, this is Hashtag, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you want to watch the full review of the Vivo X200 FE, then that video is right here. And if you want to watch the full review of the Vivo V40 5G, then that video is right here. Thank you for watching.